You're in control from the beginning, but it can definitely be difficult. The table's not playing how you want it to. Nice pop, got the one and the wing. He's got a bank on the 2, but it's not a good bank. And the 5-4 are both tied up inside the rack. You don't see that up very often. Well, he made the 1. I mean the 2. Gotta look at the 4. But now the question is, what do you do with that 5 ball? It's locked up, and you got to break him out here. You gotta go for it. Oh, and he ticked them so nicely. If that 8 ball isn't obscuring the 5, he's out. But it looks like it's pretty tight. Just make this some high left spin, just kill it off the rail with some left. It's floating down pretty. Ooh. This ain't the worst here. Looks like he's playing bottom inside. He's gonna catch this rail, spin, spin. Oh, you know, and that's actually really fortunate for him. The 7 is a little further off the rail than the cue ball is. So now he doesn't have to work very hard to get the cue ball stay off the rail. He just needs to, you can make this with straight top and be absolutely perfect, or you can just stun it, still be good. Stunning it's definitely very safe. Just gotta stay down and true on your stroke. There you go. See, now he's just enough off the rail that he should be able to play this top a little bit of right and spin around the 9. Yeah, he's going to spin around it pretty good. It's paramount you get this right spin on here, though. Straight top might send you into the 9. There you go. That's a pretty good angle. Again, just stroke it true. There you go. Nice shot, Donnie. Donnie's shooting pretty good right now. He got rid of his jitters by that 3rd game. Any hiccup in his stroke is gone, and he's shooting confident and straight. It's 90% of this game at least. And he's making it look pretty good right now. Alex needs to get a shot after the break. There's a good chance he'll make the wing ball, but he's got to stay on that 1 ball. See, he's sending the cue ball forward, and the 1 ball's coming down, and he's creating a tremendous amount of distance between them. He's somewhat fortunate here that the 1 is almost in the jaws of the pocket. Looks like if he just makes this with reasonably slow speed, he should be able to hold it for the 2. His tables are playing a little bit slower than normal. Oh, he hit that too soft. Too soft. He still had to send that with a little bit of left spin. See if Donnie goes for a bridge. Yeah, he's looking for one for sure. He ain't gonna do that weird angly dealy. He's a seasoned player. He's not afraid to use the rest. So he's got a good angle on the 2 here. He just get some solid draw. Come in between the 8-5, and depending on what pocket you want to set for, you have your options here. Yeah, if he just floats it with inside, stun inside, it should come back and set him about where he is if he hits good speed. Oh, he clipped the 5, and now we don't know. Well, very fortunate. Still have a reasonable set on the 3 ball. He's going to have to dig here and get some draw. He's going to be drawing it. A good amount of draw and a touch of right spin. Or he could back cut the 3. Looks like he's actually cutting the 3, same pocket as the 4, which is good because it floats, comes back, leaves him pretty straight. All right. This is a real tester here because behind the 6, but he needs to draw all the way back down this table. He doesn't want a big cut shot on this 5 and leave himself kind of guessing on the 6. So he's almost perfect on that. The angle isn't really a problem whenever you're this close. He can slide it right spin 2 rails, but he's almost definitely going to send it 1 rail left spin. This is where personal preference comes into play, and a lot of players here like to play this with a touch of outside because it kills off the rail. But man, he sent it all the way down, and it's straight, but he's real long shot. Once again, you got to hit this true. You got to be confident in your stroke. And he hit it perfect. Wow. Yeah, Donnie's done playing around. He lost the first game and didn't look back. Does it slow down a little bit? Oh, and he got a nice little table roll. It hooked back to the right on him just a little bit. Just enough, man, to make it a very reasonable shot. There you go. Donnie takes it down, 7-1. Alex looking very disappointed in his performance here. He knows he could have given it a little bit more, for sure. All right, guys. Once again, we want to apologize for the latency issues with the stream. We're definitely having a big storm roll through here in the Mid-Cities DFW area, and we're working on optimizing the settings to make it stream, you know, nice and clean, but can only do what we got to work with. Gonna send us out to a couple commercials, and we'll be right back with our next featured match.
Since 1952, Fort Worth Billiards Superstore has the best selection in game room furnishings. Top brands and pool tables by Brunswick and A.E. Schmidt. Need billiard accessories? We have you covered. Hundreds of pool cues and billiard accessories to choose. We're more than just billiards. Selecting the bar stools for the game room, kitchen island, or bar, we offer a vast array of custom bar stools. Billiards not your game or need to add to the game room? We also offer shuffleboard tables, air hockey, foosball, table tennis, arcade games, darts, chess sets, dominoes, and casino supplies. We are Fort Worth Billiards Superstore. You can find us online at www.dfwbilliards.com or come and visit us at 2312 Montgomery Street in the Cultural Arts District. We're open from 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, and Saturday from 9 to 5. Or call us at 817-377-1004.
All right. And we are back. My name is Brian Horvath, and I am in the booth alone right now. We are about to watch TJ Davis versus Muhammad Al-Rai. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. See Muhammad on the table right now. Mo is waiting on TJ to show up. Should be a real good match. TJ is an 8, one of the favorites to win the tournament. He went for the second pick of the litter, and Mo's just a 5. So this is an 8-5 race, and Mo's not a slouch by any means. So he's a pretty reasonably decent player. So TJ is gonna have to be. He's going to have to be real perfect here on all of his shots. He doesn't want to give Mo any opportunities. And so we'll probably see TJ shoot some real good pool here. And maybe we'll see an upset. Like I said, Mo's shooting pretty good. I don't know. I didn't know Mo was a 6, but TJ's finding his way over here. He's I don't know what he's doing. Paging TJ Davis. Paging TJ Davis. Put him on the clock. One moment. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. This is Brian Horvath. We're here at the DFW 9-Ball Tour, stop number 5 at Rusty's in Fort Worth. We located TJ Davis. He's in the house. TJ is in the house. Making his way on over to the table, getting all his cues. I hope y'all are ready for a good match. This might be the last match that Mo plays as a 5. We'll see. We'll see how well he plays here. Looks like Mo won the flip. He'll be getting at this rack first. If you're just joining us, we're having a little bit of trouble with the stream just because of the storms coming through right now. So we appreciate your patience and bear with us. We're working on getting some of the settings taken care of and trying to get the best internet connection we can get here. In the meantime, we're looking at Mo breaking here. He's going to break from the box, kind of a cut break. And made the wing ball. Looks like the 8 ball's down. He's got the 6 in the jaws, but the 1 here, he's looking at a bank or a safe. I don't see him trying to cut it all the way down. Probably not going to try cut in the corner or the side, but you never know. We'll see what Mo's feeling here. Yeah, he's feeling the safe. Try to park it behind the 3, and instead he might have left a dead carom for TJ. TJ's a very smart player. He's seen a lot. He's very experienced, and so if he can make that 9 ball, we might see him looking at it. We'll see how he gears up on this shot. He's definitely looking at it. It's on. Just kind of back cut the 1 a little bit with some draw. Just kind of falls right in. Yeah, it was pretty wired. He didn't have to do a whole lot, but just get the line right. Well, TJ needs he needs 7 now, and it doesn't bode well for Mo giving up the first game like that, but he's got a little bit of leeway, Problem is TJ's not going to miss very often. He's not going to give Mo too many opportunities. Mo's going to need to be a little bit more careful on his safeties in the future that he doesn't leave such an easy, it's not real easy, but, relatively easy. Yeah. TJ's breaking like I've been breaking. The soft draw, pretty square on. He got unlucky that the wing ball didn't drop, and even worse, the 1 ball hit the point and didn't drop either. And Mo played it a little too fat. Didn't quite get enough slide on the cue ball to get it into position. But he hooked TJ. TJ's gonna play safe here. If he can't make it, he's gonna send it 3 rails, put the cue ball back behind the stack, and the 1 ball on 1 rail. 1, 2. That 3rd rail. Got just a little bit of the 7, so he doesn't have full ball, but do the same kind of shot. Shoot it towards the corner and try and send it 2 rails. Oh, that would have been a foul if it hit the rack. That would have been yeah, he's lucky. That would have absolutely been a foul. TJ's got a pretty wide open look here. I think he's going to play 3 in the top left corner and then pull back to center table for the 4 on the left side. He might even run into the 6 here. Nah, he didn't. He didn't want to. Looks like he might actually have to roll this cue ball up a little bit and play in between the set, in between the 6 and the 8 for the 4. Yeah, he's pretty good on those little touch shots right there. So he parked it squat right in between the middle of them. Got a good angle on the 4. I don't think he's going to try and set between them again. So I'd imagine he's going to pull this back and center table it. Plays natural with a withdraw and a touch of left, but you don't need a whole lot. Just slide it on over. There you go. Beautiful. And looks like the 6 also goes past the 8 in the side, so. TJ's thinking about it. He knows it's tight. He knows it's real close, but he doesn't have too many other options here that play as good as the set and the side does. He's that real good. I mean, he's got so many different options here. He could combo the 8. If the 6 goes straight past, which it looks like it does, he's just going to draw straight back on this cue ball. About, 2 feet or so. Drew a little bit more, 3 feet. Still perfect set. Come slide down center table, a little bit of draw again. Should be out, he doesn't miss these. That smooth stroke's working very well for him right now on these tables. Not sure if he'll draw. He'll probably play forward with some right spin. Yeah. If you don't have to draw, you don't want to. It's much easier to control the ball off the rail, so. He's got a little distance, a little angle, but neither one should be an issue. He's just got to stay down on the shot, make sure he follows through. Put a big stroke on it. No fear. No fear. All right, TJ's up 2-0. Mo to break. It's in this situation right here that Mo needs to build himself up. He needs to pump himself up and not feel like he's already lost just because he's down 2 games. But that can creep into your mindset. You can get in there and say, well, I'm shooting bad, he's shooting good. I don't have a chance. But all that can change in a heartbeat. You got to stay positive and play your game. See, he's going for that cut break again with the left spin. And he got the wing ball down, and he's got to look at the 1. So he's in good position as of right now. Shooting a little bit over the 3 ball, and he's got to get a big draw stroke on this. And he's got a bunch of blockers in the way, so he needs to hit this real good. Come as far down this rail to the top of the table as he can. Nope, he hit it hard, but no spin and not a whole lot of draw. I'd play safe here against TJ. Try and spin that cue ball over to the 4-5 and tie him up. Don't go for the offensive shot. But he got pretty good. Cut off half the table by freezing him on the backside of that 5, but TJ might have a pretty easy 1 rail with some left spin. And even better if he hits it just good. Oh, no. Well, he didn't hit it good, so no worries. He has enough angle. He can play this top with some inside, and now he's going to draw again. His draw stroke has been a little lackluster. Yeah, he's just not focusing on his speed properly. He's making the shots, but he's just not playing as loose as he needs to. Going for the 1 rail safe. Set him up nice and TJ might actually go for the jump here. He's got his little pink jump cue. Oh no, he upgraded. He traded recently, but we might still see him go to the air here. And what's nice about it, if you pot this with some good speed and you don't catch the 7 ball on the way back up, you have a good opportunity to get back on that 4 ball. So I like this jump here. It's a good opportunity. It's a good look. Good look. Gotta make sure you keep moving with speed after you hit it, though. He didn't quite have the speed or the angle. It hit the 3 on a bounce. Changed his delivery angle just enough that it kind of killed all of his action. Oh man, and you know, Mo hit that pretty good, all things considered. Got a good set, good opportunity. Table said no, sir, not good enough. TJ's gonna hit him with a little too rail safe. 1, and then that's the second rail. Boop. Mo's got a pretty good kick here. The 7-8 don't come into play on the kick. And just hit your line right, little high right. I play this a little high right. Swings into the shot instead of away. He didn't get enough initial angle, or you know, when you hit it that hard, it makes it rebound off on the more natural angle, and he wanted that to open up. He wanted it to swing a little bit more based on the line that he played. So he needs to add a little more English, or he needs to take a little bit off. I don't think the problem was the speed. I think the problem was definitely the stroke, not getting enough English. TJ's taking his time thinking of how he wants to get on this 4 ball best. That's what I'd do. Play on the inside of the 3 and just float up. It should go straight up to where the 9 is. Just straight up. Oh, he came off 1 rail. Just beautiful. That's perfect. No nonsense there. I don't see any problems with this rack. Now soft inside stroke. Here you just do top spin with a touch of right. Maybe really just center ball. A little touch of right. You don't want to spin left into the 9 or down it, yeah. Mostly just top. Keep a little angle on the 7. Don't keep going. Don't keep going. That's good. More left than bottom. And this is just 2 rail set. Gonna hit between the first diamond on the left rail and between the first and second diamond on the top right rail. Pretty straightforward. He went a little long. He's gonna have to make a decision between the corner and the side here. He's probably still gonna go for the corner. Play some high inside to make sure you dodge that side pocket. Beautiful, beautiful, good stroke. Saves you from both of those scratches there. Keeps you in on the side pocket and keeps you short of the long one. So, all right, TJ's up 3-0. It's a true race to 5. You know, Mo hit some good shots there. The 3 ball rattling out on him was pretty tough. Looks like TJ's breaking from the box too. Not quite so far in as Mo is, but in that solid. Oh, I like that. That's what you want every time you break. You want the 1 to trickle in front of the side pocket. You want to be on the good side of the 1. So he pulled that cue ball down table, knowing that the 1 was going to set up in front of the side pocket. We're going to see a lot of that out of TJ whenever he breaks. He might just stop this 1 ball and Nah, he tried to play bump shape off the 8, and I don't think he got there. Don't think he got there. I think he got unlucky. I think he got unlucky. He's going to have to go for the jump. It's a pretty straightforward jump. It's really easy. Oh, drilled it. And this time, he did not hook himself. So, well, that had to have been the last hard shot on this rack. I have a feeling TJ's going to play this high inside. Stay a little bit center table, you know. No, looks like he's drawing bottom left. 2 rails out. Same results, but here he's on the right side of the 4 instead of being closer to the center table. And you know, it's just, again, all of this is personal preference. He could have set 3 different places and had a really easy out from anywhere. This is one of them. He's just gonna go up and down, and he wants to make sure he doesn't take that 7 ball. Even if he does, it's okay, but he'd prefer not to. He can just, you know, make things kind of wonky. You get stuck to it. Now you're having to shoot over a ball or do something. So just do something that you don't really want to do. It's not super comfortable. So if that angle's narrow enough, he might just draw it straight back. But if it's big, he's going to go all the way down to this bottom rail and up. Yeah, he didn't like. He's got 2 options here. Punch it back for the 8 in the corner or float it forward. He's floating it forward for the 8 in the side. Good shot, good stroke. He got down past the 8 ball, so he's just going to draw this to that left side rail and back. Good firm draw stroke, so you don't let it slide on down table. Just straight back. There you go. Two rails out. TJ rattled it. Oh, no, TJ. What are you doing? He got up on it before he made it. Got to stay down, stay through the shot, all the way through the shot. Mo should get a free game here, barring anything crazy. Get a free game. TJ did all the work, and Mo comes away with 1 on the wire. All right, Mo to break. Game number 5. This is an 8-5 race. Muhammad only goes to 5, so looks like he missed the wing ball. But there's a couple of good things working for him. The 6 is in the way, and the 4-5 are tied up. It ain't going to be easy to break out that 4-5 either. So this rack might leave him with a little bit of interplay here. Might get a little back and forth off of this 1 ball. See how good he plays safe. Well, you know, helps to get a little bit of luck from time to time. And bumping that 3 ball was definitely very lucky. Spin it right back under that 6 ball. He's got a good kick here. I think he's got a lane open between the 7 and the 6. He can catch it with some high left, and kick it out of there. Again, he's got to make sure he gets that stroke. He got a rail, okay. Well, this is a good opportunity to make things different. No. TJ didn't get creative with it. He just hit it. He could have tried to maybe, you know, send the one into that 4-5 and maybe get a tick off one of them and leave something open, but I don't think he wanted to open it up and leave it for his opponent on a not guaranteed shot. Well, it's definitely hooked here by the 8. You can go rail first. These rails are not really sending the English very much, so you need to cut your angles a little bit more than you think. Like a lot of times you hit this rail, it's down, but it seems today these rails are not sliding as much as you would expect. He hit that one good. He had enough speed, spin, and everything to get on it. But I mean, here's the real tester. What do you do with this 4 ball? I mean, you can drill this 3 and come inside. Oh, he's playing safe. I like this. That's smart. That's a very smart shot. Unfortunately, bad roll, but I mean, it's smart. You tuck that 3 in behind the 4-5, you know, on the cross bank, and the cue ball comes down behind the 9-8. Creates a lot of distance, possible blockers, and you know, you still got this tied up here. So you're just gonna send it. How do you hit it? Ha, pretty good, pretty good. He wishes the 5 or the 4, but he might just play safe. I don't know if it goes past the 9. All day. All day. He got a little smile on his face there. You might see TJ play inside 3 rail set. Try and swing the cue ball between the 6 and the 9 for the 6 on the left side. Nah, he's coming back. He's coming back 1 rail, bottom right. Playing it for the corner. I like that. You know, this actually might be a side pocket shot still. If he can go forward and get past that side pocket with some inside, I think he's okay. Yeah, nice and easy. Good stroke. He might just hold this 1 rail, touch it inside, and play the 8 on the side. Yeah, he's doing that. Little top, little inside. He's not going to hit it very hard. Never mind, he sent it. These tables are playing, well, he likes how they're playing. Came up a little short on the wrong side of the 8. That was the danger he was facing by going up and down table. And these tables are playing slow because of the weather, so have to put a lot of spin, come 3 rails, 9 in the same pocket. Oh, he barely made that. And because of that, he lost a little bit of his set. But this is no problem for him. He's going to just pull it back, bottom. Ah, he played it forward. More than one way to skin a cat. Right now, TJ's got 4 of them. All right, y'all, I'll be right back in 2 minutes. Well, I just happened to catch that 9-ball carom as I was walking back to the booth. That was a fast game for TJ. That is not what Mo wanted to see. He wants to see lots of mistakes, but he's not. All right. TJ's looking at this 1 ball, probably hoping to play safe, just create some distance. Looks like he left a lane. He can catch that side rail just above the 2 ball. Nah, he's going top rail, 2 rails. Oh, beautiful. Good hit. It up. Well, I think TJ's gonna kind of shoot at this and yeah, we've been trying for a little bit to optimize the stream settings here for the live stream, and yeah, it's really unfortunate. Everything that we've tried to do so far has not really helped too much. But that's not stopping TJ Davis from short setting on the 9 ball. Hit that 8 ball a little too easy. Should be okay here. Wrap that corner. 2 away from the hill. He's 2 away from the game. I mean, he's a 6-1 in a 8-5 race. And TJ gets the break here. Nah. Yeah, it's TJ's break. TJ in with that squat break. Missed the wing ball. And looks like he left a shot on the one for Mo here. Mo's going to have to put some energy into this one ball and send the cue ball. I don't think he's going to draw. I think he's going to follow it up with a little bit of right spin. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. And they just die so fast. All the players today have been having a little bit of trouble with speed, and they're all playing on the slow side. Still might be able to back cut this and slide around that 8 ball. Looks like he can play high. And yeah, just slide on the rail past the 8. Oh no, he went to play safe. Got a bad roll off the point of the pocket and left TJ open on the 2. He was trying to park it behind that 8 ball. He might have actually been trying to cut it in and just undercut it a little bit. It's hard to tell there. TJ's got a couple open pockets for this 3 ball. Side pocket's the most obvious. Probably see him stun this between the 8 and the 4 and use left spin to slide into the 9 ball. Oh, just like that. I said 8 and 4. I meant 9 and the 4, but yeah. Just like that was beautiful. The bottom sends you on the path you want, and that left spin makes sure you tick back towards the 9 and not towards the 6. Not run down table, you know, and get behind the 6 or the 5. So it looks like TJ's just going to play inside 2 rails and leave the cue ball on the short side of the 5 for the side pocket. A little high, a little right. Played it pretty good. He can send it or he can just stroke it. Like, that's what's great about getting a good set here. He can just, he's probably going to go all the way down bottom rail and back up. Yeah. Up and down is always a good one. And even if he comes short like he did, I mean, he definitely would want that cue ball to be, you know, 2-3 diamonds closer, but they're all in position where he just needs to be center table, really, is what he's looking for here. Anything that cuts down the distance and still leaves him with a good angle. So bottom left 2 rails. This one's going to be the closest set that he's had. It's not even that close. Yeah, see, everything's playing real slow. In a perfect world, TJ would not be short setting himself. But also, when you shoot that well, you can get on the 9 ball and just be good. All right, it puts TJ on the hill and needs one more. Muhammad has a good amount of work to do here. He got 1 game, but we can say it was a gift because TJ rattled. It is absolutely not too late for Muhammad, though. He can, I've seen him string together several games, and just because you're down 4-1, you're not out yet. You're still there, and the table can start doing funny things. And funny thing like not make the wing ball and leave your opponent a pretty reasonably easy shot on the 1, the 2 sitting in the jaws. TJ wants to get pretty straight on this too. He pretty much wants the cue ball to be right next to the 8 ball. So he can just go up and down a little bit. He wants to be real close because he's going to be, that set on the 3 ball is real touchy. You know, you got just a little window to set in there, and getting from the 1, making the 1's not too hard. Cutting the distance down is really going to be troublesome. So he might opt. Don't hit the 7. Oh, he's okay. See, he's got that almost perfect line here. That was what I was saying. He wanted like right next to the 8. Now he's just going to go straight up and then straight back. Oh, no, he overstroked it. He had the right line, but he was the amount of distance made it hard to control the speed, you know. Oh, man. That would have made anybody upset. If that 9 ball would have just dropped, I'm sure Mo would have been pretty irate. As it is, TJ came out with a reasonable save. Obviously unintentional, but Mo's got a good kick here. He might even accidentally pocket the, oh. I don't know if he was trying to catch the 3 on the backside or if he just, the cue ball came off on a natural line. So unless he was playing draw or inside on that shot, that was the line it was going to take regardless of how he hit it. And that 5 ball floats past the 6 in the same corner he's shooting for the 4. So you might see him just punch this with some power. Yeah, that was a pretty good punch shot. Smooth, easy, 1 rail, right spin stroke. There we go. Let's look at camera 2. Camera 2's got a pretty good angle here. We'll just up and down, center table. He can draw back 1 rail or he can go forward 2 rails. He'll draw back. Oh, he's going forward 2 rails. I like it. 1, 2. Stop shot on the 8 gives him the win. Pretty much a stop shot, dead in on the 9. This is a concession if I were Mo, but TJ Davis takes it 8-1. It was a good match from TJ. He didn't miss but 2 times. I mean, he hung up that 9 ball, which gave Mo that game. That's a tough opponent right there, man. TJ Davis, he could go to 12 and still probably win. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. This is the DFW 9-ball tour, stop number 5. We're here at Rusty's in Fort Worth, Texas. My name is Brian Horvath. Really appreciate y'all jumping in the stream and hanging out with us today on this rainy Saturday afternoon. If you have any comments, questions, criticisms, anything at all, please feel free to leave some comments on our YouTube. Or you can go to rackham.tv, or you can check us out on Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and hit y'all with some commercials, and we'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes with our next featured match.
Since 1952, Fort Worth Billiards Superstore has the best selection in game room furnishings. Top brands and pool tables by Brunswick and A.E. Schmidt. Need billiard accessories? We have you covered. Hundreds of pool cues and billiard accessories to choose. We're more than just billiards. Selecting the bar stools for the game room, kitchen island, or bar, we offer a vast array of custom bar stools. Billiards not your game or need to add to the game room? We also offer shuffleboard tables, air hockey, foosball, table tennis, arcade games, darts, chess sets, dominoes, and casino supplies. We are Fort Worth Billiards Superstore. You can find us online at www.dfwbilliards.com or come and visit us at 2312 Montgomery Street in the Cultural Arts District. We're open from 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, and Saturday from 9 to 5. Or call us at 817-377-1004.
Okay, y'all. And we are back. Once again, my name is Brian Horvath. I am joined in the booth by no one currently. Might get Billy Guy come over here and help me out here in a minute. Okay, for our next featured match, we have Walter Hunefirst. He is a skill level 8, and his opponent is Frankie Granados. He's a skill level 7. They were just here. Guess they went off for a bathroom break. This is going to be two of our strongest players in the tournament. Walter Hunefirst is, I believe he went for 3rd or 4th pick of the litter, so he's definitely considered one of the favorites. Top 5 for sure. It's also one of, I think we had 7 players who were skill level 8s, so he's one of those. Only won 9 today with Tim Larson, who just moved up after the last stop. On table 9, you can see Friday Abismo shooting. I'm not positive who his opponent is, but Friday's a real strong shooter. It's one of the strongest 7s in the tournament. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him move up to an 8 sometime soon. There's Walter making his way back. Let me make sure they get this scorecard all taken care of. I'll be right back. All right, got everything set up here. We got Walter in blue and Frankie in red. I think we're good to go here. I think I just saw Frankie just walk in. Yep. There we go. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. We do apologize for any inconsistency with the stream today. Having a little bit of trouble not only with the house connection, but also the storms coming through here. It's causing a little bit of trouble, making the tables play slow, making the internet go slow. I'm pretty sure the weather made me lose my game, so I'm just gonna blame everything on the weather today. All right, Walter has the first break. Walter's originally from Germany. Just had a brief conversation with him. Not positive where Frankie's from, but once you get to Texas, you're a Texan. So we're all Texans here, unless you're from Oklahoma. All right, well, he's got a kind of a tricky set here on that one ball after the break. It almost definitely doesn't go past the 4, and I don't see him. Oh, he's looking at the combo. He's going to have to back cut that 1 just a little bit to get the 4 to drop. It's your first shot after getting to the table. You're not real confident yet. You know, he's not sure if he wants to go for it or play safe. It looks like he might play the one rail bank with a option for the 2-way, you know. I just played the straight safe, and it looks like he missed it completely. He left a huge window open here for Frankie. See what Frankie's capable of. If he can slide on down the rail, make sure he doesn't get hooked behind that 5 ball. It's his #1 concern here. Angle's not too important, as long as he doesn't get dead straight. So he's going to try and float between the 5 and the 3. No, he just holds it. That's a good shot, too. You really want to do as little as possible. Keep things easy for yourself. He can pull it back, but he's got to worry about clipping this 7 ball. So he clipped it, and he's still okay. It's a back cut on the 3, but with bottom left, you can kind of slide it to that side rail and then kill the speed with the left spin and hope it floats out here. He wants to be right on that spot or really close to it, so he's going to want to hit some good speed. There you go, good speed. He's got the line perfect. He's about a 1.5 feet further away than he would prefer to be. And if he can draw, his #1 concern, don't draw straight back into the side. You know, draw straight back, but there you go. Great line he took there. The extra distance is worth it. Now you can stun draw it, 7 in the side, or you can play 4, 2 rails. Looks like he's going to, I think he's playing stun, okay. He floated over instead of playing it with draw, which is just as good. He's got the 7 straight down in the corner, the little draw backstroke. Just pull it back 1.5 feet. Pull it back 4 inches, still just as good. This is a tester here for your first 9 ball. You know, you'd hope that it would be a little bit easier, but this will tell us what kind of game Frankie's coming with. There you go. It's good little reach, but sent it hard of the pocket. Yep, Frankie gets the first game. All right, Frankie gets the first game, and he gets the second break. Oh, and he just smashed that 9-ball into the side pocket, and that counts. I believe here at the 9-ball tour we have the rule that says the 9-ball doesn't count in the racking 2 corners, but it certainly counts in the side pocket all day and every day. I'm going to step out of the booth for 30 seconds, 60 seconds. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I am Brian Horvath, and if you're just tuning in, this is the DFW 9-ball tour, stop number 5 in Fort Worth, Texas. We're at Rusty's Billiards. And we're watching Frankie shooting right now against Walter. Frankie understroked that one a little bit. He didn't like it. He's not very happy right now. And he's still got a cut in the corner. He's got to play it with some high and some inside. It's there. He doesn't have to worry too much. Should avoid the side pocket scratch. Just got to make the ball. Oh, he just barely threaded it in there. Caught the inside of the pocket on the way in, and it was good enough for him. I gotta say, Frankie's shooting real strong for a 7 right now. Definitely making some quality shots. This is a tester here. You gotta make sure you get the spin and the speed, but no, you don't want to rattle that 7-ball out. Grazed the 9 with his shirt. It's no trouble. He's just going to put it back on the rail where it was. It's pretty close. Notice Walter made sure it wasn't frozen. Try and one rail bank it down where that chalk is, bottom right corner. Looks good. Drilled it. Frankie jumps up 3-1. I can tell Walter's already feeling a little bit of pressure here. His opponent's making some real good, solid outs, and not giving him a whole lot of wiggle room here. He's going to have to make sure he bears down here real good. He's power breaking much harder. We saw TJ going with that softer break and holding the 1 ball off of 1 rail. Walter's power breaking and sending it down 2 rails, and it's going to be very important throughout this match if he sticks with that break. He doesn't let up on the gas. Because when you start hitting that softer, the one stays down on that bottom rail, and you never have a shot. You're always looking at a bank or, you know, a safety or something. So as long as he keeps hitting them hard like that, should see some really good runouts. Boy, he let his stroke get away from him there. There's no way he wanted to pull back an extra 2 feet down the rail, but this goes to show you what kind of stroke he has. Get around the 7 ball. Oh, nice roll there. He's probably just going to punch this over to the side. He doesn't want to draw. He wants to stay away from that side pocket. So if he just kind of, yeah, just like that. A little bounce off the rail. There you go. Looks pretty straight. He might be straight on the wrong side. If he's straight on the good side, you know, airing just a little bit towards the 7, you're just going to punch it over. But if he's on the wrong side of this, he's got a lot of work to do. He can't float it forward because the 8's blocking the bottom right corner, so he's got to punch it over. I guess he was too straight, so the only option he was left with was straight back. If he can do a kill stroke here, it's kind of stun right. Yeah, like that. Kills a lot of the speed because it's trailing bottom right before it gets there. And right as it gets there, it turns over and turns into natural spin. It's a very touchy, delicate shot, but he made that 7 ball drop. He was going to do a full stroke on it. Oh, and he missed it. He didn't do a full enough stroke. And in fact, you saw the cue ball rolled forward off of his shot, which means he was playing low, but he did the same kind of shot. He's playing low, but then right when it got there, it played, you know, natural spin and overcut the ball a little bit. When you're playing draw, you know it's going to go straighter and undercut. This is not looking good for Walter. He doesn't have very many. He doesn't get a chance to miss. He misses, and Frankie's running out. And Walter needs to get 1 more game than Frankie, so it does not bode well at this point, being down 4-1. Frankie needs 3, Walter needs 7. And Frankie to break. Still working a little bit on trying to get these, this stream running more smoothly. See if that helps a little bit. Trying to work on the keyframe frequency. Frankie's got a bank here. Frankie's taking his time here, and he's taking his time and making sure he comes with the right shot. If he makes this bank, he's going to have to slide and run into the 4 ball. Said he just played safe behind the 5. He left him a little sliver of that 3 ball. It actually might even be enough to make it. We'll see if he's how aggressive he's feeling. I mean, he's down 3 games. He's really down 4 games, and he still wants to play it a little cautiously here. And got lucky that cue ball rolled down with the 3 and kept speed with it. Looks like it's going to be another safe coming out of Frankie here. He can catch the 3 kind of. Oh, he's going for it. He's swinging for this. A lot of inside and top, up and down. About 3 rails probably with that speed. Yeah, 3.5. That worked out really well for him. It was a real tight cut, but that's what I was talking about, that aggression. I thought we might see Walter get aggressive and try and cut that 3 in. And cut this 4 on the side. Plays it with top spin and a little bit of right. He can avoid the 9, but he might just run square into it. Oh, he went straight into the pocket. That was the trouble with that shot. I think he played it too hard too. He was, even if he caught the rail, he was gonna come all the way back down towards the 8 ball. So. Well, that's really good news for Walter. He needed that to stay in this game. Everything here is pretty straightforward. Walter will probably send this down to that end rail and back. Now he can stop shot it and take it in the top left corner, or he can play forward and play it in the other side. Oh, he's going to go 2 rails and play it all the way in the same side. That's good too. Nothing wrong with setting for the closest pocket. All right, it's 2-4. Walter gets to break. He really needs to start breaking running on his breaks. Nice cut on the 2 ball there. It's a little straight on this 4 ball. Looks like he's drawing a lot. I like it. Big spin. Oh, he got the wrong spin on the 6. Or wrong spin on the cue to get to the 6. Gotta come away with a. Oh man, that's really close to call. It looks like he left him a shot on the 6. That's not close. Left him a wide open shot on the 6. Wants to play this. Probably back out center table. He's got to just dodge that 8 ball coming off. Oh. He kind of pushed the cue ball instead of stroking it, and when it got to the 6, it kind of clicked funny. But it looks like he came away with a safety. Walter's going to have to kick backside of this 6 ball on that top left rail. He's got to be really careful that he doesn't catch it and carry him into the side or into the corner pocket. So it didn't look like the 6 was frozen. He hit the 6 dead end, didn't hit another rail, but didn't look like the 6 was frozen to begin with. So that's actually somewhat fortunate for him. Frankie's going to try and reach it with the bridge and cut it in. Up and over the 9 ball. Plays a little outside and just hope it just swings towards the 7. Real nice and easy. Might even tick the 9. There you go. I saw that. Bump shape off the 9. Make sure you just make the ball and kills all your speed. You can just play 1 rail, play the 8 on the other side. He's a little short on it. He's a little bit on the wrong side of the 8. So he can swing around 3 rails for the 9. Or he can just play up 1 rail. Looks like he's playing up 1 rail, some inside. I don't like it as much, but yeah, I don't like that near as much as sending it around 3 rails. This is a big shot right here. This is a very, very crucial 9 ball for Frankie. If he makes this, he's 2 away. But if he dogs it, he's putting Walter right back in the game. Oh, wait for it. Nope. These measle balls not making it all the way. That was a big rattle, but a big win for Frankie. A big game there. Keep him on the good side of the race. He made the shot, even if just barely. He made it. It's going to be real instrumental here. Frankie changed up his break a little bit. This is the first time he sent the cue ball forward. And you can see the 1 ball. He's jacked up over the 7, and he doesn't like it. I don't like it sitting from all the way over here. I'm sure he likes it a lot less up there. You can try and bank it down table and leave the cue ball behind the 5. That was a little lighter approach, not moving the cue ball at all, but Walter might be able to find the side pocket with the 1 ball. He's going to give it a good healthy stare down and think about it. He can, yeah, he's looking at the short bank. He might be able to send that 1 down behind the 9-3 and cause a natural block, but the middle of the table is wide open. All the balls are really close to the rails. It makes this a much more difficult safety to come away with. kind of like cross banking the one for the side pocket and leaving the cue ball up table. And if you make the one, just take a long shot or same kind of safety shot on the two. So with the one railer on that one, you can kind of leave the cue ball up by the 9-3 instead of the one ball, but I think he's going to bank it. Well, he did what I said. Beautiful. Only he played just the pure safe. That was a really good shot. Frankie's looking at the one rail kick. I think he's going to have to draw it off this rail. There you go. Yeah, just enough to hit it fat. And I bet Walter goes for this one. It's a much more straightforward one rail bank. And you don't really have to think about the cue ball. Looks like he's queuing up for another safety. That's the original one he was looking for. Just had a better angle on it this time. I like that play too. I don't know. If you play safe every shot, you can never run out, so. Frankie let him out. He's got a combo or carom, depending on how he feels about it. Probably see the combo here. He caught the 7 good. Gonna come down 2 rails with some inside for the 2 ball. So these tables have been playing real slow, especially off that second rail. A lot of times when you're shooting that shot, you're afraid of letting it go too much. You're afraid that, oh, I'm gonna, you know, gear up some inside English and it's gonna fly all the way down the table. So he babied it a little bit, and he ends up with this. Wow, see, he goes for that bank. That was a great shot, fantastic shot. Pop this little top spin. Oh, he's letting his stroke out now. He's getting, I think he's gotten past the first few rack jitters, and now he's getting more aggressive, which I like to see. Walter's a fantastic shooter. He's a fantastic ball maker, so I like to see him play to their strengths. There you go. Watch out for that side pocket. It's frozen to the rail he doesn't want, but straight top and natural float. Came short on it again, and he's on the rail. Well, the good news is, with a good stroke, he doesn't scratch. If you kind of baby this stroke and just kind of pop it, you're gonna go in the side pocket. So he needs to make sure he does a nice smooth follow through, more stroke than power. There you go. Look at that smooth stroke. Beautiful shot, Walter. If y'all are just tuning in, we appreciate you checking out the stream. My name is Brian Horvath. We're here at Rusty's in Fort Worth for the 5th stop of the DFW 9-ball tour. We're currently watching Walter Hunefirst versus Frankie Granados. Frankie's up 5-3 in this 8-7 race. Frankie only needs 7, so he needs 2 and Walter needs 5. It's been pretty back and forth. Frankie's gotten the better of Walter on a couple of these racks, but more or less the shots have been going back and forth. It's going to fall on Walter here to string a few racks together and keep himself alive. was a fantastic pot there on the 1 ball. Again, Walters made it to the rail. He doesn't want to be on the rail. He wants to be able to draw this. But he's going to go forward. Just take the long angle shot on the 3. Man, that's so touchy, though, because you see that 5 ball from our camera angle. You can see the 5's not blocking the pocket. But mentally, it's blocking the pocket. You know? I can see from where I'm sitting, the 3 goes clean all day long. If he catches the 5, he would have missed it anyway. And see, just because of that, just because it was there, he hit it. Guarantee you, if that 5 ball wasn't there, he would have just made he just would have made the 3 clean in the pocket. He would have never even thought about it. But it was there, so it jumped in his head, and he goes, "Oh, I got to miss this." And you know, it's like anything else, because it's there. You're so fixated on it, you can't help but hit it. You can't help it. He did come away with a fortunate roll. Looks like he's forced Frankie into a bank. I guess Frankie thought he could make it. I didn't think he could make it. It's easy to be right from the booth. Walter's going to have to play safe here. I mean, he can try and bank it in that bottom right corner, but we'll see him swing it behind the 5-9. Needs it to hold. Needs it to hold. Nope. It's hard to tell from these angles, but looks like Frankie can see it. He might even be able to make it. The problem is you got to make this with a lot of Q force, a lot of follow stroke, and a little bit of right spin. There's a long shot here. Well, not sure if Walter was trying to play the carom off there, but he opened everything up for Frankie. Wide open. I like this set, just kind of draw back, play the speed. Straight in on the 6, beautiful, just where he wants to be. Draw back 8 to 12 inches. Just past that line on your screen. There you go. Left himself a bigger angle on the 7 than I think he would want. Definitely want an angle. You don't really want an angle on this 8 ball. If you set straight in on it, you'd be okay. This is the angle he didn't want. He didn't want a little bit in the direction of the 9 ball. So here's the problem. You draw stroke this and you fire that 8 ball in and the table spits it out. No matter how clean you hit it, it's gonna hiccup, bobble, and pop out. I think the right choice here is top spin. But people are scared to put that much action on the cue ball, come up 3 rails when they think, oh, I can just draw back 1 rail. We'll see. Yeah, he looks like he switched to top. Try and do 2.5, maybe 3 rails here if top left. He's got a good angle on the 9. It's just a lot of distance. This should be in his wheelhouse. He should be able to make this cut. As a 7, I'd anticipate most 7s make this. Oh, but he missed it so good. How did he miss it? Rail to rail. Walter's got, I don't know, 12 degrees to work with. Walter is a very smart player. He's not a straight rotational player, so play some one pocket, some 8-ball. He has an idea. He's gearing top with a little bit of left. He played for the double kiss and the safe. This is a pretty good back bank. Yeah, the bank he's looking at right there. Pretty good one. No, I lied. He's playing for the side pocket bank. I think. I can't tell from this angle. Where's Walter? This is what I call the nut shot. Absolute straight in, corner to corner, 8 feet of distance. Pulling balls out of the pocket he's shooting out of for some reason. This is a true stroke check here. You either got the nuts or you don't. No doubt in Walter's mind. He slammed that one in there. Home run. Well, he brought it back to a 4-5 race. Walter still needs 4. Frankie only needs 2. And Frankie to break. It's like Frankie's playing a push-out shot here on the 1. Walter thought about it, but he goes, nah, I don't want it. You can handle it. You can see from our angle, he can see most of the 1 ball. Oh. I think that's about the maximum he could have cut that without catching the 3. I think that's why Walter decided to give it back to him. Walter's taking his time here. He knows how pivotal this rack is right now. Closer they get to hill, the more important it is to not make mistakes. He might be trying to play a bump shape off the 7. Or Not sure if he's intentionally playing safe. I mean, he was so far from the pocket, he had to have been playing safe intentionally. But he let that cue ball out. Just enough. He can definitely catch this too. Oh, he went for it. Missed it. And looks safe from here. Unfortunate for Frankie, though, it looks like Walter can just play a little tap safe. Just send that 2 ball to the top rail and just ever so slightly put that cue ball behind the 7. Just graze it behind the 7. No, he went for the big one. He went to create distance, which I think is really strong when you're thinking about a safety. Distance is usually your best friend. He didn't get hooked on him, though, so he's shooting down at this, too. And if he makes this, he's got a natural set for the 3. Oh, he missed it by a diamond. I think pressure's starting to get to Frankie. He's getting a little beside himself and not committing fully to the stroke there, it looked like. Walter with a nice rebuttal. Nice, good angle on the 4 here. See a lot of players here just do top with a touch of left, float down in between the 7 and the 9, natural for the 5. Nice and easy, float it on down. There we go. He's still got a really good angle here on the 5. He can do pretty much the same shot. Straight top. Maybe center ball. Somewhere between center and top, and then you know, no English. Just use the natural angle off the 5. Float on down. There you go. Now here he's got 2 choices. He's got a bottom right 2-rail set to wrap around that right corner, or he can do top inside. Just come out 1 rail. He went for the 2 rails, out and over. The angle's right. I think he's just got a stop shot here. I decided to pull it over. There you go. Walter tied it up 5-5. It's looking real bad for him for a minute. But he's managed to string together several games. This is what you expect out of your 8s. You expect them to be able to, even if they're down, they're going to stick with it and come back and not give up. Walter doing a great job of showing his perseverance right now. But he's not out of the woods yet. He's still down a game. It's a 3-2 race. All right, Walter to break. Did a power squat break, and the wing ball fired in, but everything else kind of laid up awful. He's got a 3-7 combo after the 1, a 4 ball was out there in space, and then the 5-9 combo after that. And this first shot's going to be pretty tricky. You got to put a good stroke on it. Just got to make this. Just don't run into that 6-5 stack. There you go. And they're dead wire. It's just stroke it good. Maybe just a little stun stroke. 3-0 roll forward just a little bit. Just kind of squat that cue ball. Oh, see, he punched it forward. I don't like it. Well, the 9 ball makes that pocket huge. So if he wants to cut it all the way down the rail, that could work for him. It might take away the 5-9 combo, which again is not it's not bad if you're running out. It's definitely not going to play the 9 ball at any point on this 3 ball. And I'd be highly surprised if he played safe at all. I expect him to play this into the corner for sure. He definitely made use of the 9 ball, but he's on the wrong side of the 4. And I don't think he wants to play this combination. He could play safe, just push the 4 ball to the side rail and lock out the cue to the 8 ball. He could play the 1 rail bank and up, down. Oh, I just don't like that. I don't like that. He doesn't like it either. Give Frankie a really, really good opportunity. He just got to make 1 ball and stay on the good side of this 5. Just make this ball. Like that, he's got a real easy 5-9 combo here, so. Walter definitely didn't take his time on that safety and showed. Oh man, Walter got away with one there, but I feel like Frankie should have had that combo locked in, just wired in. Nerves a little bit, didn't fully commit or something. Something went awry in his stroke because that was on. I'm gonna see Walter play safe here. The 5 bank's pretty good, but the 6 isn't necessarily out in the best place for him. If he floats this 5 long past the side, he can just spin that cue ball up 2 rails behind the 9 and get all 3 markers of the safety that he wants. Oh, and he overplayed the safe, and the cue ball scrolled out again. It was really important. It was much more important that that 5 got down to the end rail, and he held the cue ball. He didn't get either aspect of it. It's got to be disheartening for him, but he's got some time to let it out of his system while Frankie decides what he's going to do with this 5 ball. Drawing isn't much of an option. It's an option, but it's not a good one. It follows just out of the door because of where the 8 ball is. So. Yeah. Oh, and he got a real good touch on the 9 ball to leave it down on that end rail. Walter's got a 1 railer back in the corner he's standing in front of. And, you know, it doesn't play too badly. The cue ball doesn't play too badly after the fact, even with a miss. But, yeah, the other thing he can do is he can thin the 5 and just kill the cue ball into the 9 and leave a weird thing. Oh, he went for the 9 ball. Holy. Not what I would have gone for, but that was beautiful. That was stellar. I didn't even see him look at that. Well, good players make the most out of bad situations, and Walter there definitely has his eye on the prize. All right, it's a true race to 2. Walter's got to be ecstatic about jumping up there. Being down 5-1, 5-2. Well, Frankie made a couple. He's got a 50-degree cut on this 1 ball. It's definitely in his wheelhouse, but seeing where that 7 ball is, he might just soft bank it and leave the 7 as a blocker. Don't play inside. Don't play inside. Nah, okay. He went for the aggressive shot and didn't work out very well for him. Now one ball's frozen down on this end rail, which should actually help Walter out. This is one of the first A-class shots that you learn. Catch the rail and the ball at the same time with some spin, usually a little bit of inside. And what's good about it too is he doesn't have to worry about that cue ball getting real loose because 7 ball's there. But oh, he looks like he's queuing up outside for the safety. The cue ball hit the rail. Frankie's trying to say the one ball was frozen, so nothing else hit a rail, but the cue ball immediately hit a rail after the one, so it's a moot point. Even still, I'm pretty sure the one hit the second. It's an odd conversation to have. But Frankie tried to bring the 7 into play. He just understroked it a hair and left Walter a piece of it. It's easier to tell from camera 2. You can definitely see half of it, maybe 3/4 of it. We went for the full shot, and he didn't get anything good here. Frankie's got a pretty straightforward shot on the 1. 3 just became a duck. And his biggest problem is going to be getting from the 5 to the 6, but it doesn't seem. Oh man, can't get ahead of yourself. You got to make that first ball. And this is how it's been going for Frankie for these past 3 or 4 games. He's missing balls that he probably shouldn't. I haven't really ever seen him play before, so I can't tell you exactly what he's capable of, but you would think that kind of shot right there is there's nothing to it but to make it. And I mean, this 3, you see Walter didn't do anything fancy with it, just played it up off a rail. All right, this is the stroke shot here. You play center left, and you got to get all the way to that rail. And hope. Oh no, he played right spin. That 6 doesn't go in the side. If it does, you got to play it so soft and gingerly that you're going to have a even harder cut on the 7. So, and now you're worrying if you run it down the rail, you got to worry about that side pocket. You got to worry about the 8 ball. You got to hit in between the 8 and the side just perfect to get the set you're going for. Crossbank's almost on. The cue ball just won't. Cue ball just really won't get out of the way in time. There's no real good safe either because the speed you need to get the cue ball back behind that 9 ball is going to send the cue ball around the table more than you want. You still might be going for it. Oh, I don't know what that was. I'm not sure if he was playing the 6 in the side and just hit the titty or if he meant to put more speed on it and get it down behind the 7. Heck, he could have just been going for the bank. The line looked good, just the speed didn't. Full up and over 1 rail. A little soft. Yeah, these guys are expecting the table to move faster, I'm guessing, because all of their bad sets have been understroked. They've all been underset. I say go for it. I say fire this one in here because that's a straight top left bank, and with the top and the left, you come out pretty good. Just don't scratch in the side pocket, and you got to set on the 9 ball. So he's going for the bank. He wants to rip it though. You really got to fire this in there. Get what you want. He changed up his angle a little bit. I think he's playing safe behind the 9 now. If that was the save he was going for, that's really not terrible. He's got the cue all the way back here on this rail, and he left Walter a really difficult shot as diagrammed, but Walter's going to play the 1 rail safe. Try and leave Frankie this. Frankie might fire this cut shot in. He plays natural with a little top left. See Tony Matthew over there looking for his cue ball. You know, this isn't a gimme yet for Walter. I mean, he hung the 8, but that 9 ball, still got to get around the table for it. I think he's going to catch the 8 ball on the right side. Spin inside 2 rails. Should catch the bottom rail into the 8, into that side rail about where the chalk is, and spin it up back where that other chalk is he just laid down. So you're going to play some inside. Oh, he played the other side of the rail. I don't like that. It dies too fast like that. And even if you get more action on it and spin it around, it spins to the short side of the 9 ball, not the side that you want to be on. Well, erase the past. This is the shot you got. You got to come with it and just cut it in there. Just make it. Just make it. There you go. If you're always hoping for a perfect set, you're not going to have a very happy life as a pool player, because you're not perfect and your opponent sure as heck isn't perfect. They're definitely not going to give you perfect sets all the time. So, well, who would have thought Walter got to hill first after Frankie was up 5-1? Frankie's been shooting. He's gotten to the table every single game. Walter hasn't had a break-and run yet. So you can only be mad at yourself here for not closing out, getting up so high. Frankie put a good, powerful break out there. And got very fortunate that the 1-6 didn't freeze up to each other and leaves enough interplay between the two that he can get this combination off. It's definitely the 1's gonna stop there, so he's gonna have to play up. The big thing is you don't want to clip that 8 ball. You clip the 8, you lose your set on the 1. So there you go. He clipped it on the way back, which is, if you're gonna hit anything, that's where you want it. This is an incredibly pivotal rack for Frankie. If the nerves haven't gotten to him yet, he needs to keep it that way, because this match is super important. Obviously, Walter's on hill, so you can't lose this one, but you don't even want to give him the opportunity at the table. You need to mind your P's and Q's and get these last 6 balls, literally as if your life depended on it. He wants to make sure he doesn't hit the 7 ball here, because if he hits the 7, he's going to create a set on it that he doesn't want. Oh, see, like that. He clipped the 7, and now, see, he had the 7 straight in the side pocket from the bottom end of the table. He clips the 7. Now he's got it. Boy, he's got it in just about the worst place he could have put it, because he's lucky it's a little bit off the point. So if he just slides this over. No, man. I don't know. I don't like that. He's on the wrong side of the 7. He could have cut it down this. It was a big boy shot here. Big boy. Big boy. Frankie killed it. And he dogged it. Oh my God. Oh, that is a heartbreaker right there for Frankie. He he did everything in the first half of that match. Took advantage of every opportunity he had in the first 6 games and got 5 of them. But he just couldn't close out. He made some great shots, but he just couldn't get those 9 balls to drop for him after the first 5 games, and Walter comes back and wins it 8-5. Billy, you missed a heck of a match. Walter was down 5-1. Made a really nice comeback. All right, we're going to send you to some commercials, and we'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes with the next featured stream.
Since 1952, Fort Worth Billiards Superstore has the best selection in game room furnishings. Top brands and pool tables by Brunswick and A.E. Schmidt. Need billiard accessories? We have you covered. Hundreds of pool cues and billiard accessories to choose. We're more than just billiards. Selecting the bar stools for the game room, kitchen island, or bar, we offer a vast array of custom bar stools. Billiards not your game or need to add to the game room? We also offer shuffleboard tables, air hockey, foosball, table tennis, arcade games, darts, chess sets, dominoes, and casino supplies. We are Fort Worth Billiards Superstore. You can find us online at www.dfwbilliards.com or come and visit us at 2312 Montgomery Street in the Cultural Arts District. We're open from 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, and Saturday from 9 to 5. Or call us at 817-377-1004.
All right, y'all. We are back. This is the DFW 9-ball tour, stop number 5. We're at Rusty's in Fort Worth, and my name is Brian Horvath. We're watching rack number 1 between Daniel Gilmore and Joe Salazar. That was Daniel shooting just now, and Joe approaching the table as we speak. Joe is ranked a 4, and Daniel Gilmore is ranked a 7, so we got a 7-4 race here. It's like Daniel played a pretty good safe, forcing Joe to kick one rail, and Joe just barely skimmed past it. Created a little bit of a problem with that 7-ball there, blocking the 6 on its natural path. So Daniel's gonna get up here and work his way down to that 6-ball. He's got the 3 in the corner, and he's going to want to try and draw behind this 5, or the 4, but he might play the 4 in the side pocket. That kind of just, and he swung up. He was aiming down and left, and he swung up right as he shot and threw off his angle a little bit there. And Joe's got a really long shot on this 3-ball. He doesn't have to worry about shape, but making the ball's pretty difficult there. Daniel's just going to get up there and fire at it without even really giving it much thought. Kind of push the 7-ball into a position that you might actually be able to play a combination on it now. That 6 is off. They're both off the rail enough that you might be able to work a solution out. Still 3 balls in the middle of them, though. Joe got a nice clean shot on the 3 there. That was good. He's going to have to combo this 4-8, and he wants to keep the 4 in the jaws without dropping and without sliding it up on that other rail. Oh, no. See, he slid it down the rail, and he's got a dead bank here. Looking at camera 2. It's a pretty natural line, and even better, it plays with a little bit of inside. So if he pops it with high inside, he can get it to float down towards the 5. It looks like he played it long on accident. It might have been the outside that he put on it, but creates a nice long shot for Daniel. The full 8 feet here to get to that corner pocket. Gonna try and just run it forward. He's trying to looks like Daniel's just trying to get some natural strokes in there and not really worry about his practice strokes. I've never seen him play before. It could just be his natural style. Some players do it to try and, get the nerves out of the way. Just shoot a couple shots and let your body adapt. We'll see if that's Daniel's normal stroke or if he's just kind of rushing it right now. Looks like I think he's playing aggressive. Yeah, oh, and man. Drilled that 6-ball. It's a great shot for a skill level 4. Not much of a set, but he might play this bank here. He's queuing up top and right spin, so I think he might be going for the cut. Went for the cut, but he was never going to get a set on the 9-ball, so that was a kind of a haphazard shot. He left Daniel a real good bank here to get back down on the 9-ball. Smooth and easy. Yeah, there you go. He tried to hit it in such a way that if it came short, it left his opponent bad on the end rail, and looks like he came up pretty good. If Joe can just make this, though, it'll play down towards the 9, and as long as he doesn't scratch, and as long as he doesn't hit it like a home run, He hit the speed good. A little hard. Would have behooved him to run into the 9 ball. But if he can make that cut from there, boy, he can make this cut. Looks like he might have gone for some attempt at a safe. Just try and thin the 9 and create distance, but hit too fat on the 9 ball and left Daniel a good opportunity. Daniel center ball or center pocketed that 9 ball. Takes the first game. When your opponent's racing to 4, man, every game is crucial. All right, Daniel with the fast break. Pop the wing ball in the corner and the 1 ball in the other corner. He's very fortunate to have a shot here on the 1. I mean on the 3. The 9-6 are wired backwards, not in a good way, so I'm not sure what he's going to do with it once he gets on it. I'm not sure if he knows what he's going to do with it either. Try to fire in for the 2-rail knockout. Went smooth right past it. He's immediately going for the bank. Oh, he's playing the safe, okay. Played that pretty good, but looks like Joe might be able to catch just the outside of that 6 and run it down the rail. And even if he can't, he can thin it and use the 9 as a blocker. I think he's gonna swing for it. Well, if he was able to undercut it, he is able to cut it in. Daniel just fired it in there and without any regard for shape. Came up short on the bank, and this is a good chance for Joe here. All these balls play pretty natural, just got to make them. Hold your speed, good right spin on that cue ball. The rack slowed him down a little bit too. I never understand why people don't remove the magic racks after they break, but some people think, I guess, it doesn't cause any problems for them. It causes problems for me, so I get rid of it. But each player's different. So just queuing up low, see how he strikes this. Nice, smooth and easy, good shot. It's a 1-1. They traded breaks. Joe's up with the break. All right. Joe's breaking from the box just on the outside here. And see how this break works for him. Made the wing ball and pulled back the cue ball and got a really good look at the 1 ball on the side. 3's out in the open table, so you can take the 3. And I think the most natural set here might be drawing the cue ball in between the 9 towards the 4 ball. And playing the 3 in the same side pocket as the 1. He's playing high right. Looks like he's going to run into the 4 or the 5. Yeah, I played bump shape on the 5. That worked out actually really well for him. It can be really dangerous, but he hit it smooth. He hit it good, and he was rewarded for it. It's always a nice aspect whenever you have a good idea and it plays out how you want it. He got some draw on there, but not enough right spin to hold it in place for the set that he wanted. Now he's looking at a possible safety here. He can thin the 4 on the left side of it and spin it behind the 5-6. Get kind of a better angle at what he's looking at here. Yeah, I think he's just going to graze the backside and try and place it behind the 5. Oh, he didn't hit it thin enough. Came too fat on it and didn't get the angle he needed off of that first rail. Daniel's jacked up a little bit over this 5 ball, but it looks like he's aiming for the. Oh no, okay, he got it. He just drilled that in there. He's making all these shots, but he's just making them without any purpose. There's no thought about where the cue ball's going. He just goes, well, I'm gonna make it and see what I get. So far, it's not really working out incredibly well for him. Went for the 2-way. Got a reasonable set out of it, all things considered. It's a really hard shot for Joe to try and pot, but left Daniel a really straightforward 2-rail set here. 1 and don't hit the 9. Ah, it's okay. It's okay. Didn't really want it, but manageable for sure. And same kind of thing here. If he hits the 8, he wants to hit it with good speed, so he's going to try and dodge it with some right spin. Right spin made him overthrow it a little bit, rattled out of the pocket. And Joe's got to look here. This is a good opportunity. I like to play this around the table high with a touch of inside 3 rails. He decided to play it high inside for 1 rail. If he would have let his stroke out there, he had the natural line. He would have come up and been beautiful on it. Looks like he's below the 7. So it gives him a good opportunity to catch it on the thinner side and swing behind the 8 ball on a 2-way. He made the bank, left himself another bank. This one's a little bit easier. Distance isn't as far. If he just makes it up and down, he might make it and get the set on the 9. Oh, and it kind of bounced off that rail funny. That was kind of weird. I saw it skip right as he made contact, but looks like he got far enough down the table that the 9 might be obscuring the opportunity to pocket the 8 ball. Still think Daniel's going for it. And he got the same lucky kind of roll there that jawed out towards the 9 ball and held them all hooked up. You know what I'd like to see here is a 3-rail bank and stick the cue ball behind the 9. Punch it hard with a touch of follow. There's the smallest amount of follow and punch it hard. Cue ball just rolls forward a couple inches and the 8 ball goes 3 rails. Kind of like that, but you got to you got to put more power. Nice. Danny made a solid stroke there in the side, and this should be a pretty automatic 9 ball. I feel like these are some of the easier shots. He used all of the rail there, and was no problem. pretty wild break there. Got a lot of action and leaves Joe with ball in hand, which is very fortunate because that one was not in an easy position to make without ball in hand. If that 4 goes past in the bottom right corner, you're going to see him just play an easy one-rail set here. Oh, and he slow rolled it so slow that it kind of squirmed on him, got squirrely. Daniel's thinking about where to make this 4 ball. I think he decided that that was a good pocket for it. He's going to pull it back, a little bit of right spin. That's a good shot. Now here, you're probably going to see him just slow roll it forward with a little bit of inside. No, almost no inside, but no. Yeah. See, I don't like that. You try to fire it in there, and the pocket rejected it because of the draw and the speed and the power and everything was just too much for it. Joe needs to come around 2.5 rails here with that low right spin. Gotta be careful. If you don't play low on it, it's gonna swing and leave you a lot of distance. Oh, he played the short. Joe went for the easier set and left himself an incredibly hard cut down the rail. But he made one of these a couple of games ago. We'll see if he can do it again. Yeah, he must just feel really comfortable with that shot to leave himself that set a bunch of times because he's made it every time. This shot is arguably easier, and I have a feeling he's going to have more trouble with it. Just a little up and down, a little top and left. Played a lot harder than anyone I know would have. Not only that, he played into the rack, which is always so wild. You think keeping the rack down can be troublesome, certainly. Joe shoots pretty good for a 4. I don't think I would have gotten out of that rack after that set on the 6. I probably would have missed the 6 ball. And that was Daniel's game to break, so Joe steals the game and the break. It's 2-2 with Joe breaking. Made the wing ball, and the 2 came down in the corner. Kind of lost the 1 ball a little bit. It's stuck on that side rail with the 7. He's got a couple choices here. Can try and we'll see what he's going on. He's got a bank technically. I think it clears the 7, but he didn't want it. He wanted to play something funny. Daniel back to the table. Looking at a pretty good setup here. The 4 ball is obscured by the 8. It's hard to tell where he can set on this 4 ball, but he almost got there. Looks like he's got half of the 4 ball to hit here. Just enough to send it on a 1 rail. Well, he left Joe a shot. He can see this 4 ball. The good news for Daniel is the 5 doesn't pass the 7, and it requires a lot of inside English to catch that 5 on the top side. So he might be best off playing a safety here, but when you see the ball in front of a pocket, you want to go for it. And that's what happens if you don't have a clear-cut path to your next ball. You put yourself in prison. And now you're going to have to do all the hard work, and I have a feeling Daniel's going to come away with the ball in hand here. Oh, boy. He caught it beautifully, caught a rail, and, you know, it's pretty good except for the fact that they're wired. He went for the combination, but just sold out instead. He had the right idea there, trying to play the 7 and keep the 5 out of the jaws, but he had to still hit it. With that speed, he had to hit it fat, and he hit it thin on the right side. So he can still cut this in. That's definitely it doesn't look like a viable shot, but if you edge to edge this with some inside, you can send it no problem all day. Yeah, you'll see he's gonna cut this in some inside. You didn't have to hit it that hard. Got a fortunate bump off the 8 ball. That could have gone wrong in a lot of different ways, but it went right, reasonably right for him. This isn't the easiest cut on the 6 ball, and given where the 8 ball is, he's going to have to put some good speed on it. Plays with some high inside, go 1, 2, 2.5, 3 rails back and forth on the side here. No, it looks like he's back cutting into the side pocket. There you go. Slow down. Speed up. If you can make that 8 in the side, it looks like it's natural to come back for the 9. If he makes the 8 in the corner, he's guaranteed a good set on the 9 if he makes it. So see what he decides on here. It's very shooter dependent. See a lot of the 7s and 8s don't get afraid of the side pocket, and they're not afraid to put a stroke on it. He's going to put a stroke on it, but see how true his aim is. He hit that pretty good. He hit that real good. It's real smart to not put a whole lot on it and just bring it back a little bit. Now that 9 ball plays pretty open into that side pocket. Again, stay down on your shot. Don't swing your arm. See a lot of people swing outside on this and catch the right point. Just swing true. There you go. Good stroke. All right, and Joe is on the hill just like that. Daniel's got a good string of balls going here. He got a nice little bump set off the 8 ball to get shape on the 4. Worked out pretty well for him. He's got to get down the table for the 6 ball. Big bottom left stroke. Came up a little bit short, but he's on the good side of the 6, and if he plays enough top spin, he should be able to avoid this 8 ball. Well, he played enough top spin, but it rattled him. Rattled the 6 ball. Womp womp. So here's Joe shooting at a ball in the pocket. He's going to go rail first. Oh, but he babied it. Give himself this really long cut shot on the 7. It's a good angle though, because it plays good to get into the 8. But you gotta make sure you make this. There you go. He understroked it. And he's got a big back cut on the 8, or a. So this angle on the 8, you can see this 8 ball's just past the side pocket. So if he wants, he can cut it in the corner and pull it back with some draw. And he can spin like 3 rails and get back. You know, hit this bottom rail by the first diamond and then spin. It looks like he's aiming to cut it in the side pocket. He's got to pull a lot of draw to keep it out of the corner. And I left Daniel, this is not an easy shot in any way, shape, or form. And Daniel does have the option of playing the 8 to the rail and snugging that cue ball up behind the 9 ball. Not a lot of people go for safe on the 8, but you know, in this situation, I would be very tempted to put it on him. But Daniel wants to shoot at it and go for it. Confidently pockets the 8 and confidently rattled the 9 ball in. With a lot of distance. If he's going, okay, he's playing top. He's going to play top 3 rails with inside. No, he tried to play top left, and that angle just wasn't what he wanted. Still got the cut in the corner, and you see from the camera angle, if he cuts it with some inside and top, he can narrowly avoid the side pocket scratch. Yeah, just like that. And he didn't actually put enough angle on it. He undercut it a little bit, which when you undercut like that, you're hitting the ball fatter and you're more likely to scratch. So he actually wanted to hit it thinner, not only to make the ball, but to ensure he didn't scratch, and he kind of missed it on both sides. Daniel's got a great opportunity here. Leaves himself some angle on the 6 ball, which is paramount. We saw Walter on this kind of shot play a lot of bottom left and swing out 2 rails, yeah, like this, all the way down and back up. And this table seems to play that shot really well. So smart shot here. He can just stun it and take the 8 in the side, actually. No muss, no fuss. Oh, and he tried to poke a little bit of right spin on there, kind of, I guess, to hold it, and it had too much spin there at the end and threw that ball off to the left. Looks like that 7 ball is not frozen. So he can actually just do that APA safe where you just roll up and tap it real slow and tap. He went for a good shot. He went for a good save. A little bit slower. He could have used the 9 as a blocker, but I like this because it's tied up to the 8. Then this, and he used the 9 as a blocker, but didn't quite get there. Apologies in advance for any background noises here. We're doing a little bit of reconfiguration to try and help with the stream quality. Really appreciate everybody for tuning into the stream. We've been running for 7 hours now and trying to bring you some good quality pool out of the DFW area. We're out here in Fort Worth at Rusty's Billiards, one of their 2 locations in the DFW area. And we had a full field of 64 players. They limited it because we're only playing off of 10 tables. Need to make sure that everything gets done in a good amount of time. Joe for the win here. Drilled it. Aced it. And Joe takes him down 4-3. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to send you to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes with our next featured match.
Since 1952, Fort Worth Billiard Superstore has the best selection in game room furnishings. Top brands and pool tables by Brunswick and A.E. Schmidt. Need billiard accessories? We have you covered. Hundreds of pool cues and billiard accessories to choose. We're more than just billiards. Selecting the bar stools for the game room, kitchen island, or bar, we offer a vast array of custom bar stools. Billiards not your game or need to add to the game room? We also offer shuffleboard tables, air hockey, foosball, table tennis, arcade games, darts, chess sets, dominoes, and casino supplies. We are Fort Worth Billiard Superstore. You can find us online at www.dfwbilliards.com or come and visit us at 2312 Montgomery Street in the Cultural Arts District. We're open from 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, and Saturday from 9 to 5. Or call us at 817-377-1004.
Alright guys, this is Billy Guy back with Rackham TV. We're tour stop number 5 with the DFW tour. We're at Rusty's in Fort Worth. We've got Chris Smith, Woody going to 7. We got Neil Ball, Shadawi going to 6. And this is the first game. It's going to be a really good match. Both these guys are keep their practice up. What's going on, Matt? I'd like to thank all our sponsors out there with Fort Worth Billiards, DFW Tour, Predator. We got Matt DeVance. He's got a superb sound audio shop that can meet all y'all's needs for home. We've got First Choice Appliances. We've got Tex Home and Roofing. Just some really great guys in the DFW area that do whatever they got to do to help you guys out there. I sure hope this rain is over. Looks like Neil's got him a little combination here. I think he tried to hammer it. He almost got fortunate with the lead, but sometimes those sometimes you push it too hard whenever you try to rip it. So right here, you're gonna maybe three rails. I know this. You gotta hit it kind of hard to get back over there and watch out for this 8. You stay good in the line. Maybe two rails come on the back side of this 8 ball. Shoot it on the side. Really nice. Just went 1 rail. Came a little short. Oh, almost a hanger. He laid it in there though. This right here would be a good shot for the first blood. And he split the pocket. All right, we got Neil 1, Woody 0. He's got a 7 to 5 race now. Woody's in a little pickle here. Break, make a ball, you're locked up. He's going to push out. Looks like he's going to leave a little bit of difficult shot for him. Try to force an error. Not sure if he's going to go ahead and go for this one, or maybe play it safe behind the 5 ball. That was a very good shot. I didn't see it going that way, but it would have been, you know, it's almost natural coming back, leaving 1 ball on the rail and a cue ball back behind that 3. He might have came up a little short. Yeah, come up short, but it was a valid effort. This 2 ball. He's going to have to make something happen over here. Maybe come into the rail, back out. 3 ball, come 2 rails, back out. Woody, whenever he catches a little gear and loosens up, he'll start running some balls. So no issues here. One. Looks like we got the 2-3 combo. Just leave the 2 there. Just kind of bump it. Looks like that 3's kind of on that rill. So you just need to hit it just enough. Just bump it. Okay. Went ahead and played a safety. What a roll. Woody is not afraid to pull out that jump cue. Him and Shorty get along. That roll looks like he's gonna use 1 rail kick this. I'd try to, maybe get behind this 9. I wouldn't hit it too hard. You got to rail with the 8. This angle right here. Just push it up and bite that side pocket like he did. That's a great shot. Pretty good shape here. He can push it up and go short side. Just want to leave yourself a little bit of angle so you can maybe 2 rails back for that 7. He doesn't want to hit this 8 ball. If he doesn't have to, it could cause a problem. Come into it too much, you might, you're going to be drawing back, or your right English is going to end up sucking it in that pocket off the 8. So try to clearly miss the 8. Yeah. Just didn't get enough on it. So I would just play a safety. Kind of push it 7 to the middle of the rail by that 8. Leave him a long bank if I can lure him into it. He went for the safety on the other rail. I just would rather not leave 7 near the 9. He left it a lot farther off the rail than he anticipated. I was going to bring up to a short bank with Woody. Woody will bank. He is not scared to bank. He's a strong banker. So I'd rather him have a long bank. And he might try to do the same thing, kind of bump it over there toward 9 again. Try to get it on that rail. He went for it. That was a pretty good little safety there. He left, he left the bank. I think he tried to press it a little bit more toward that side pocket, but it's like Woody's going to go for the 2 rail bank safe. And he hit it good. Oh, just didn't stick off that. Didn't come off that rail like he wanted to. Right here's Neil's opportunity. Watch the scratch. Woo! He missed it. He ducked it. So again, you guys out there that into the home theater stuff, you know, go to devance.tv, www.devance.tv, and they're turning some of these homes into smart homes using that technology and stuff, and they can really help you out. You also got granite guys out there, you know, Crispian, he's one of the main uh, committee members for the DFW tour. They do all sorts of remodel. You're talking about flooring, kitchens, any type of granite countertops and things like that. Full shower remodels, bathroom remodels and stuff. Commercial also. Kind of rattled it in, rattled it out. He tried to pull it right behind that 4 ball there, and he just kind of bumped it a little bit more than he wanted. Actually, a little slick shot. Nice little safety if you would have held it true. Neil's got a good little opportunity right here, you know. Drift over for this 2 ball. Just kind of concentrate on the shot, and oh, he might be a little hooked. I didn't realize that. Oh, good shot. Just one rail back over. Let's watch out getting straight in. I think he's pretty close, but he might leave himself a little bit long shooting the 7 all the way down. That's a good shot. Got plenty angle on this. I'm just going to hold it toward the middle of the table. Got a little far. Got yourself in trouble. You're just going to make this shot. Good shot. All right, guys, I'm going to step away for a little bit.